Hey guys, what's up? Hey, when you get a chance, go over and check out Good Old Mike's podcast we just did. It's pretty cool. While you guys are doing that, click the link below. I'll put a link below. I might even try to put some fancy thing here. I don't know if I can figure that out, but there's a link below. Click on it. It'll take you to Good Old Mike's YouTube channel and watch the podcast that we just did. If you get time, watch some of the others. Meanwhile, I'm going to be working on taking this wheel back off, see if we can fix this oil leak that's coming out of the gear reduction box. Did you guys go check out the podcast? Go ahead. I'll be here when you get back. If you're still hanging out, then maybe you can help out here. I know it's leaking somewhere from that seal, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to pull this back off and probably take the brakes off and redo the whole seal area. I'll look on the Samba and see if there's any info on there, but if you guys know, comment below. I'm also going to adjust those boots like you guys mentioned. I think a lot of guys were saying it's not supposed to be straight up like that. It's supposed to be tilted back this way at a 45, or if you guys, pretty sure that's what they were saying. In the book it says to go this way, but I think some guys are, over time, they realize they need to tilt it up a little bit to keep it from leaking out. Some guys were saying put silicone where where it seals together. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm gonna pull this cover off and see what we're working with here. All right, let's go ahead and drain the gear reduction box. I don't know if you have to drain the whole transmission because it will just keep running down. I don't know, but we might have to do that. I borrowed the wife's mixing bowl. She was gonna make some Christmas cookies, so I better get it back to her soon. Just kidding, guys. I acquired this one a while ago. It's mine. All right, here's the, what is this? 17? It's like a hex head or whatever that is. Okay, we're gonna loosen this, let this drain. It's probably gonna fill this thing up. Hopefully the transmission is good and this is not a waste of time. While that's draining, I'm going to see if I can get this seal cover off. Oh, wow. I don't know if I just did that or if it was like that. So if it was like that, then obviously that's why it was leaking. But I don't know. I probably, who knows? I do have a new seal in the back package, so hopefully we can get a new seal on there, no problem. Just wonder if there was another issue causing that. Did I have that on backwards, or is it too rough? It's a little rough right there. Not sure. Not sure. It seems like it goes like that. That seems to make sense. Probably clean this up a little bit. It feels a little rough around the edges, so we'll clean that up. Obviously we'll replace that seal. Interesting. Something chewed it up pretty good. We got chewed up just moving. You know, did it get chewed up just moving right here? I don't know. That definitely seems to go over this thing here, doesn't it? So we need to make sure this is super smooth. We'll clean that up real good and get it real smooth. Replace that seal. Clean everything. And hopefully, I'm just wondering, that seal goes like this. And the other thing is, could have been, let's see. We could put that aviation gasket sealer on here to help. There's another seal here that's a little chewed up as well. It's in there, boy. Maybe that's the original. Maybe I forgot to put the new one on there. Let me get that off of there. That could be part of the problem. And it's in there too. It's up and pinched up in that that bearing. I don't know if that's supposed to happen either. I guess, interesting. We might have some issues here. I don't know if that was a new one or an old one. And thought I replaced them both. I don't remember. Oh, there's a little washer there. Okay. Does that go there? I'll have to look that up. There's the seal behind it. What's left of it. So, I gotta double check my original footage and see how that came apart. Look in the book and try to figure out what I did wrong. Apparently I did the other side right. It's not leaking anyway. Alright guys, let's go ahead and pull the damaged seal out and clean this up. Make sure this is super smooth and clean. We'll get everything cleaned up and put the new kit back on. Hopefully this time it'll work. Not sure what went wrong, but we'll give it another try, see what happens. Pretty sure I looked at this the first time, but here's the setup, and this is how I had it. There's a washer, O-ring, spacer, the seal, another washer, and the cover. So that's how I had it on there. Not sure what happened, but we're gonna try it again. All right, let's see if we can pop this seal out of here. They are not easy to get out. It's not even budging. There we go. Got it. Some grease got in there somehow, so I'm gonna not put so much grease on it this time. That may have had something to do with it. I put some grease on the spline, the axle, but I think I might have put too much. All right. So that's the gasket that got ripped, or the seal got ripped right there. The O-ring, as you saw, was all ripped up. So we got a whole new kit here. Let's get this cleaned up and start over. I'm gonna spray that passage out there. There's a little passage here. I'll spray that out with some brake clean, get this cleaned up really good. Make sure it's smooth in here. And we'll put the new seal in. All right, we've got it all cleaned up. It's all dried out, no grease. So in the book, it does say to lightly oil the seal. First, we're gonna put this big space washer in here. It's like an oil sling. I'm not sure what that is. It's just, that goes in first. So you got your cover, this, and then you press in the seal. I'll put a little light coat of oil on here. It's a little trick I learned from Darren, VW Darren. Put a little hole in the cup in the top, which is, he may have picked it up from somebody, but that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna put a light coat of oil on this. The inside is gonna be important to make sure it's got oil. But it says put the oil on the whole thing, so it says lightly, a light coat of oil on the seal. It doesn't say where. Some people were just saying put oil on the inside and put it in dry. I don't know. I'm gonna try this and see what happens. I'll be the beta tester, guys. So, all right. Washer. So clean, perfectly clean. This hole here, that little drain hole is clear. New spacer washer from the kit. The seal is lightly coated in oil. And we're gonna drive this in. It's tight, so what we're gonna do is use the old seal. Get all this grease off of here first. We're gonna use the old seal to help push it in, along with this, I forget what they call this. This is a little stopper, I think they call it. It goes on the front of the suspension on each side. So when you're turning the front axle, this is the stopper on each side. So it's pretty much the exact same size as this seal. We're going to use this old seal to sit on top of the new one and drive it in. Hopefully that'll drive in nice and even, and hopefully the old seal doesn't get stuck in there halfway. We'll find out. Get a hammer. All right, let's see what happens. It's getting it in there. So it's not going to go all the way against this. There'll be a space. There's a little bit of a lip in there. And I think it's almost there. Kind of hard to see it, but there is a lip in there that it hits. And then there's a space. So this thing actually is loose in there. Kind of moves around. But I think we have a little bit further to go. Need to make sure this spacer is really smooth. I kind of went back and forth and wiped it down, cleaned it really good. It's pretty smooth. I'm going to put a light coat of oil on it. According to the book, this goes on first. I'm going to put a light coat of oil. Just a real thin light coat, just so it's not completely dry here. There's going to be oil in there from the transmission once it gets going. Hopefully that'll help just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit on the O-ring, the new O-ring. I'll slide it on here. I'm gonna lightly coat this and slide it on. You know, I put grease on this stuff before, so that may have been part of the problem. Maybe the grease was too thick or something and wasn't allowing it to spin freely. So this see how it's kind of drilled out here? It's kind of rough there too. I'm assuming that's supposed to be rough because it's like that on both sides here from the factory. But this surface right here is super smooth, like a bearing, and that surface goes up against the seal in here. So this side goes over the O-ring. All right, that's spinning freely, and it's gonna press up against that. All right, guys, here we go. Hopefully I don't screw it up this time. The cover's going back on. Actually, you know what? I need to put the seal on. Gasket. Now, if this doesn't work this time, I'm going to take this whole thing back off, and the next time I'm not going to use the gaskets. I'm going to use some kind of gasket sealer, but hopefully this works. This is pretty smooth. I remember rubbing this on, getting this pretty clean, so hopefully that's not the issue, you know. Let's see what happens. This goes down. That's a drain in case it overflows. Just gonna double check here, make sure I did everything. I got this lubed up. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in here again in the center. And then I'm gonna put a little bit more around here. Hopefully that goes on there nice. Let's try it. Real slow. All right, come on, baby. Oh, man. So basically what's got to happen here is this spacer has to go through the center of this seal without screwing it up. So you want to try to press it on there evenly. Snug them up, and then let me check the torque specs. 40 and 43 foot-pounds. 40. There it is. Okay. We were close. Oof. Brake pad's coming off. Let me try it from this angle. Uh-oh, what happened? Okay, double. All right, I think we're good. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get these brake components back on, hopefully. This could be a whole nother nightmare. These brakes are not fun to work on. Something's going on here. There we go. Yeah. You go back in there. You stay in there. Stay right there. Don't you move. All right, well, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun, yeah. So we don't know if it's leaking yet because we haven't filled it back up with oil. So hopefully that seal is not damaged. How did I get these springs on? I don't remember. I'm thinking this probably has to come off. Okay guys, I've got the oil here, and I've got this little contraption I made up here with a funnel and a hose. So we'll use this, and I'm dripping it all over the floor. Nice. All right, I got this little funnel and hose contraption I made up. Let's see how it works here. All right. We'll slide that on there. Got the hose here. The hose could be shorter or longer depending on what you're doing. But like if you wanted to go all the way back to the transmission, you could do that. And I got a magnet that I have to hold it up so it feeds it, gravity feeds it. Let's see what happens. All right, let me know when it gets full, guys. Go up a little bit higher. There we go. So I think the last time I did it, I used this old container I had, kind of like Musty One does, and I just used this old container and filled this up and kind of squirted it in that way. You can do that, but I thought it'd be cool to try this because it's kind of neat seeing it go in, and it's a little faster, I think. So you basically just take the jug, pour some in, and watch it go in there. So that was 2 of those. How many more can it take? Obviously, if it comes spilling out, you know it's full. Am I doing this completely wrong, guys? Let me know what you think. Is this the oil you guys use? I think this is the right one. So you're filling up this gearbox here, right? And some of it may even be going back up into that tube, but that tube's at an angle, so at some point it'll push back. And not feeling it yet. So I'm not feeling it completely. It's just kind of, at this point, I'm just kind of dumping a little in and then watching it go down. And then check it. One more time. Let's try one more time. Man, I hope it doesn't leak. Are we there yet? Can you hear me now? Not yet. I'm holding the camera in one hand and doing this with the other, so. Oh, there we go. Oh. So, okay, you know, you just pull it out and tilt it up. We can save this. We did lose a little bit, but not too bad. We'll put this, let me put the camera down and we'll put this in the, back in the jug here. All right. I'm going to put the cap back on. It could probably take some more, but I'm gonna, once it's back on the ground and I get the engine in, I'm gonna recheck the levels, but there's definitely some in there. I'm not gonna go too tight because we're gonna go back in there. So we're gonna have to bleed the brakes again and adjust the pads out and then back in. We'll be doing all of that, but I wanted to fix this leak. Hopefully we did. I'm gonna spray this with some brake clean. And then we're gonna put a tiny bit of grease on here, not much, because it was pushing it back in here. I don't know, guys. What do you guys put grease on here? Or do you just put a little bit of oil? Let me know what you guys do. But I'm gonna spray these pads, make sure there's no oil on these pads. I'm gonna wipe the inside of the drum real quick, just where the pads meet the drum. It's pretty clean, but just in case. And we're gonna hopefully find someone that can turn these at some point. We'll get them just right. But for now, this is all just figuring stuff out, guys. I think we're good. When we get the drum on, we're gonna put the wheel back on, set it down, and we'll start working on adjusting the brakes. Hopefully it doesn't leak. I'm not seeing anything yet, but and I'm not gonna put any grease on here. I'm just gonna put a little oil. Let me know what you guys do here. You guys use grease or oil or what? Let's see what happens. I'm not seeing any leaks yet. Okay, so this thing. I don't have my torque multiplier. I left it over at Darren's. But I do have this beast, and I'm just gonna get on there pretty good with that and see what happens. might be pretty close. We'll try going a little bit more. That might be it right there. Got room for our pin to go through. Yeah. I'm not gonna put that on yet because we'll probably have to. I might have to take it back off. Let's get the wheel on here. Alright guys, that's it for this one. Stay tuned. Hopefully the next video we're going to be driving this thing, putting the engine in, driving it, at least doing a test drive around the neighborhood. There's still lots to do, adjusting the brakes, bleeding the brakes, moving those boots on the transmission into the correct position, adjusting the front wheel bearings, making sure everything is just right. I'm going to work on that. Next video hopefully is me putting the engine in and turning the key and seeing if we can put it into gear. So stay tuned. Go check out Good Old Mike's podcast. It's pretty cool. There's a link below. See you guys later.